Here's your WNEM TV5 news update.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Meg McLeod. Here's a quick look at the stories we're following tonight. 4 of the 5 suspects in the deadly I-75 rock throwing case from 2017 pleaded guilty today to new juvenile charges. 3 of them likely will not return to jail. The Genesee County Prosecutor's Office says Trevor Gray, Mark Sikelski, and McCaden Payne will likely be sentenced to time already served and probation. Alexander Miller, though, could face 330 more days in jail because he was released in July 2020 on bond. He's expected to be sentenced to the same amount of jail time that the other 3 saw. All 4 are scheduled to be sentenced on these new charges on August 3rd. The 5th suspect, Kyle Anger, was released on parole in January. New details after investigators say a man lying in the road was killed by a car. It happened in Bay City last night on Euclid near Fisher. The sheriff's office says an 18-year-old in a Chevy Equinox was traveling northbound when the vehicle ran over a 52-year-old man. The victim, identified as John Ovale III, died from his injuries. An autopsy is being conducted. It's still not known why he was lying in the road. The future of trash pickup in Flint is unknown after the city council, that is, failed to approve a contract extension. The Flint City Council failed to approve that extension with Republic Services by the deadline, but the trash hauler continued to pick up waste regardless. The city contract with Republic Services expired yesterday. A 90-day extension for $1.4 million was denied, with the council voting for a 30-day extension instead, but it has not been accepted by the service provider yet. Now here's Brian with a look at our forecast.
All right, thanks very much, Meg. Thursday giving us a well-earned break finally from the heat, the humidity, and the daily storms. And it looks like that's going to carry us now into the start of the upcoming holiday weekend. It's just not necessarily going to stay this comfortable all throughout. It'll be comfortable on the front end before the heat ultimately comes back. But here's why the weather is, at least across the board, going to stay dry. High pressure, big dome of it. Unfortunately, it's a portion of that heat dome that's been sitting over the western United States for the last couple of days. That is beginning to settle in at the surface across much of the high plains, and that'll build in across the Great Lakes over the next few days. Now, we're not talking about the same level of, triple-digit heat like many folks on the West Coast were dealing with, but we're going to go from high temps that were in the 70s on Thursday, staying at that level as we head into Friday, then climbing back to the 80s Saturday before we climb to near 90 as that high pressure system just very gradually over the next 4 to 5 days builds east across the region. Hour-by-hour forecast, though, that's looking great. Mix of clouds and sunshine early this evening will give way to mostly clear skies as we move on into the overnight period, and it's exactly how it's going to stay as we head on into tomorrow morning, whether you're kicking off holiday weekend travel or just heading to work to round out your work week. Either way, you can expect dry conditions, plenty of sunshine to start the day. It's going to stay that way into the lunch hour tomorrow and well into the afternoon hours. At worst, we're just talking about a few high clouds kind of smattered in the skies here and there. Same story as we head on into tomorrow evening and even tomorrow night as well, with another round of very pleasant conditions. And speaking of pleasant conditions, we're going to keep it that way as we head into tonight. So if you haven't already done so, definitely give that air conditioner a break. Opt for open windows because we got lows heading into the low 50s, mostly clear skies. And of course, we got the first night of the fireworks festival happening in Bay City out there tonight. First of 3 nights of fireworks that'll continue on through Saturday. Now, if you're hitting the roads for some travel this holiday weekend beginning tomorrow, well, wherever that travel may take you statewide, be it the Upper Peninsula or here in the Mitten, it's looking fantastic. Plenty of sunshine, no threat of any rain, and temperatures statewide for the most part climbing into the low and mid 70s. If you are going to be leaving the state, though, maybe headed toward the central United States, that's when you'll start to encounter some of the heat trapped on the other side of that high pressure system. A lot of highs from Minnesota all the way through parts of Nebraska and Missouri into the middle and upper 80s and even low 90s. If you're headed to the northeastern U.S., expect slightly cooler conditions, but also periodic chances for some showers and some storms. Holiday weekend, though, here at home is looking good. Plenty of sunshine all throughout, but it's when we hit Independence Day in particular that we really see the heat return. Mostly sunny skies and high temps around 90, and we'll keep it in the 80s Monday and Tuesday.
Remember to tune into WNEM TV5 on air and online 24/7 for the latest news, weather, and information.